In any given year, Jewish Family Service provides a range of services to at least 3,700 client families. In terms of our staffing, the staff at Jewish Family Services is currently about 32 people. So we do a great deal of work with not a very large staff.
I came to this country 22 years ago from Israel, and I came with a youngster. He was 11 years old then. And I heard about Jewish Family Service, and I came in and I found a second home. I would say being new in the country, barely knowing the language, knowing very little about what's going on around me, having a youngster, 11 years old. I needed so much help. I needed so much guidance. I needed so much affection and caring. And Jewish Family Service was for me. So it really, truly changed my life like so many others in this community. It's an amazing organization that really enables people to change the quality of their life, not only Jewish, but other people too.
When I'm out in the community speaking about JFS or meeting with providers or potential funders, I think they are surprised at the breadth of our services, that we start with very young children and go all the way through to working with older adults. I think some of the more concrete services that we've offered in recent years because of the economic downturn, like our basic human needs and our kosher food pantry, I think many in the community are surprised that we are able to provide that kind of assistance.
I was really looking for a place where I could make a difference, where I could devote time and not just be someone who attended meetings. As a board member, you can have an effect. You can see the result of what you're doing. JFS was a place where board members can get involved, can make a difference in terms of supporting activities, starting activities. JETS was a response to the recession. We were able to find a significant niche because we saw the need and was able to fulfill it in literally a magnificent way.
I guess I always knew that JFS had a program called JETS, the Jewish Employment Transition Service, but I never knew what it really meant or what the various programs were. And I lost my job and was encouraged to go and look for various job networking groups. And they each had a different component, and some were very depressing, quite frankly. And someone had suggested that the JETS group, and actually they didn't even know the JETS name, they called it the Smoozers group. And the Smoozers, just the name said, this is different. I'd like to do some smoozing. It just caught me off guard. And it was definitely the type of meeting I was looking for. There's really two components. One is the smoozing, the first hour, where you just get to meet, and again, it varies each time we meet, who shows up. And the second 2 hours, they bring in experts pretty much from around the country. So you may pick up a book and see that this person has written the latest book on some interviewing technique. Well, that's the speaker. So we have nationally recognized individuals who are coming in, again, volunteering their time and expertise to make a presentation to 100 unemployed individuals from Greater Hartford.
And over my years here, I've had the opportunity to work with many staff members, many board members, and I see certainly the caliber and the expertise of our board, and I see the number of staff members who come to us, each with very high qualifications, many with master's degrees and sometimes beyond that, who come to JFS and really stay at JFS for a number of years because they too believe in the mission and the goals of the organization. people in the community realize that the staff we have here, especially our licensed clinical social workers and our licensed marriage and family therapists, is comparable to any that they would find in a private practice.
I came to JFS through a recommendation. This was a number of years ago, and our whole family went into counseling. The people who are assigned for a specific reason. None of us have ever changed from the recommended clinician that we've seen. So I think that says something to the process that the agency goes through to look at the situation and find the right person to work with that client.
My work here, I would say it's meaningful because I get to help people. As a caregiver, I started in 1997 working for the Homemaker program. So basically my job was to go and take care of that elderly person so that they could be comfortable at home. Well, now I'm the staffing coordinator for JFS Care at Home. When the caregiver walks in for an interview, first impression to me is what counts. And the way you present yourself is very, very important to me, and then I'll take it from there. For some people, they live alone, and this is a person who is vulnerable, and if that person is going to go up into that person's home, they must be able to do what they're asked to do the perfect job. So there's that little thing that I'm looking for. I can't really explain what it is, but I can see it and I can feel it and I can know if it's gonna work.
My name is Terrian Vassell. I've been with Care at Home like 3 years.
And I'm Myrna Levine, and this is the best caretaker I've ever had. She actually helps me with a lot of extra things. I'm starting to get memory loss, and she knows everything.
I like helping others, and this is a good field to work in, and the team is wonderful. Patricia and all the staff at JFS, it's good to work with. Anytime you have a problem, you can call them. And I enjoy working with Myrna and Donald because they need the help, and I'm there to provide their need.
She is a big support in everything, about reminding me to go to doctors.
Taking your pills, paying your bills.
Yeah, it's more beyond the health care, it's also mental health. But we managed to get in touch with the Jewish Family Service. I had the most trust in them. You have to really be strong to help elderly people. They all have their problems, physical and mental.
I have seen times when clients or client families have had to return, say 10 years later, 15 years later, because there's a different challenge in their family and they need our assistance again. And each and every time, JFS has been there for them. That sense of no matter where you are in your life, whether you're a young child, an adult, someone going through a divorce or separation, or perhaps an older adult dealing with aging and illness, we are always there for you, and we're there for your entire family.
I'm Jacqueline Berkowitz, and I'm the Director of Child and Adolescent Services at JFS. Typically, we'll start to see somebody maybe around age 5 or 6. What we'll use are different kinds of games to help engage them, and it allows kids to be able to express themselves in a way in which they feel comfortable and safe. When we play a game, it's a way for me to engage the child and allow them to be able to free flow and to talk freely. The way they play the game also is indicative to me as to what's going on for them. A large part of what we do is building relationships, either with the individual and or the family. For many children and adolescents, having a safe place to be able to express themselves, being able to share their emotions and feelings with somebody who's objective. There's no criticism, there's no feeling that they're being judged, I think helps kids to kind of make some change.
My name is Arnie Goldstein, and I'm a volunteer in the food pantry. Shari Cantor, who heads the JFS food pantry for us, I meet her on a Wednesday, usually at 10 o'clock in the morning, at Food Share, where we get food that's kosher primarily to bring back to our food pantry and stock shelves and help out in any way I can.
I would say we have at least a total of 80 to 85 current volunteers that are active at JFS. That certainly has expanded our reach in the community.
My husband is a gardener. He really enjoys growing vegetables and fruits, and he found out that there was a need for somebody to help in the garden here, and he was right on it, and he got the kids involved. They would come pretty much once a week.
For us, it was maybe 30 minutes to water every Friday, so 30 minutes a week, and it helped a lot.
I think it's important to give back to the community, and since you have this plot of land and it's really just was sitting there, it's a great idea to plant food.
Helping other people, it's something that we all need to do. Even if you only give a little bit, you should be always giving to people that are less fortunate than you.
In what for many is really a cruel and unfair world, JFS brings care and compassion to just a great many people, and you can see the tangible effects. You can see people's lives being changed.
JFS changes lives every day.
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 We change lives every day.